And hello, everyone. Welcome back to Frontline Prediction League, FPL in the trenches. Frontline Prediction League in the trenches. I say it differently every time, but it is the Frontline Prediction League. Frontline League here on YouTube, on X. I'm going to say it all over again. We're keeping this in because it's funny because we're going to nail this through. It is Frontline Prediction League here on YouTube. Frontline League over on X. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. I am your co-host, Scott. Finally got through that. Joining me as always, especially since he's back after last week, is BeerMe. BeerMe, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, Scott. I just got over the flu. I had it for about a week, but I'm good to go now, and the weather's starting to warm up. It's going to be in the 50s here, so things are looking up. How about yourself?
We had a minus 7 degree day today, which is the first single-digit minus we've had all year, and probably a little before Christmas. So it was very mild, very nice. Very, very evil. It was good though. It's much nicer, so that's good. Glad to hear you're feeling better. Before recording, BeerMe told me in the past week he was asleep more than he was awake. So yeah.
And Obafemi is in the TNA zone. By the way,
it is
just showed up.
It is 9:20 on 2:20 Impact Night, live Impact tonight. I will mention as well we are with Top of the Card Pod on X. Top of the Card Podcast, repeat your podcasts. Our best of 2024 episode is the most recent one. We did record one after that, right before the releases happened, and we were going to record last night, but we had to delay that because Red had no power, so we had to push that back. So next week we'll have that. So we'll have everything from Ricky Starks, Ricky Saints, to all the releases, to Elijah tonight in the Colognes, and yes, Oba in TNA. That'll be all coming, so keep an eye out for that one, but the 2-hour episode of the best 2024 and stuff like Penta and things like that are on that other one, so check that out. Both of those feed into the same Discord for Frontline Prediction League, which is where you can see this results page, as well as the picks page that's come up, the matching page, booking matches, that is. Live event chat in our Discord as well, character chat, lots of fun stuff, so check all that stuff out. That's my preamble, which is normally the end stuff, so we'll get out of the way. We'll talk about Vengeance Day itself, BeerMe. And yes, I don't have the new song. You see it there, but I didn't put the Rumble. It's fine. We'll have it updated for next time. I apologize for that. But we wanted to jump in here and talk about our Vengeance Day results because we have a new FPL European Grand Prix champion in Atlas Kiyama defeating Aiden Mack to win the title. Atlas's first singles title, I believe. He's been tag champ, I think. I'm not so sure on that anymore. No, he was. He was definitely champion on something. He might have been Canadian. Now I'm a horrible person for not remembering, but he is our new European Grand Prix champion. Our championship histories are also in the Discord. There's a champions link down there as well. So I need to read that apparently, even though I write these things when they come up. But Atlas is the new Canadian champion. Aiden Mack, clearly he's on the cusp of bigger and better. Not to discount the European title, but it is the house show stuff. He's killing it on the main card. So he's actually in line for singles titles there. So it's almost fortuitous that this happens because now Atlas gets to carry the gold in the house shows and Aiden goes after the main gold. But what's your thoughts on Atlas getting that win there?
Big fan of both people. So hats off to Atlas. And like you said, Aiden's on to bigger and better things because that guy just does work. So
he does.
We'll see where it goes.
Well, let's look at the FPL Global Triad Championship Tournament, Round 2. 2 matches. I'm a bit bitter about this, BeerMe. Because there's 4 teams, 12 people.
Yes.
And 3 people didn't advance. And I'm one of the teams. FBU and the Round Table went to a no contest, and then Diamond Syndicate beat the 3-way. Trick Williams hurt us.
Yeah.
That means Diamond Syndicate advances to face FBU and Round Table in a triple threat.
So it's going to be a 3-way without the 3-way.
Yeah. Now we did almost. We were looking at doing like 3 teams of 3, which would advance to a triple threat final. That was one of our early thoughts. A triple threat final was kind of like, that'd be neat, right? Hey, we got it anyway. So there you go. Yeah. I don't care anymore. I'm kidding. It hurt. Trick Williams, Eddie Thorpe. Boy. Something that happens, but
yeah.
My money's on FBU. It always is. So they didn't lose, so there you go. But we'll talk more about that as we get to Stand and Deliver. April 19th. That's how far away we are. Today's February 20th. 2 months to go. We'll come back to that. Non-title match, Jackson Myrtle beat the American champion Will Colt. Aiden Nakagi, the number one contender, beat JJ Rocky. He basically gave an open challenge saying he didn't want to wait, and here we are. It's super fun seeing that. The Reaction versus Call of the Strays. The Rub Action, because Rab filled in for Kevin Dynamite, went to a no contest. So that's 3 trios matches, and only one of them had a loser. Shit. Happens. The Arbiter beat Danny Late Jordison. Hunter Williams beat Memories. Mac and Cheese beat Mark Steele. Lucifer beat BeerMe Jesus. FBU didn't get a win, and only one member lost. We have the similar outcome for Vengeance Day, BeerMe. There we are. It happens. El Cid beat Jeffrey Warhol. Kyra beat Daisy Knoll. That's big. That's real big. Daisy's still looking for that world title chance. More on that as we go. Camp Applestone beat Eli. James Blake beat Jut barely. Payne beat Dedrick Cyrus. Jason Blades beat Billy Grayson. Mr. Glee and Kirk Holt went to a no contest. It was a no contest kind of night. James Costner beat Rufus Bear. Boonjaw beat Papa Snooch. Pushino beat Wookie. And Matt Zion beat X. Now, it is Mania season. There is a hell of a lot of write-up in here, including moments with Costner specifically, doing some hacking stuff and attacks and things through the night. And I will fully apologize to part of the write-up basically not being there because of miscommunication of my interpretation of things. And so it initially went up there not making sense. It has been fixed, so it does make sense now. Thank you to Costner for pointing that out. I do apologize again for that. But that is there, and we've got stuff there. There's Akagi's Open Challenge. There's backstage with Estella, backstage with this, backstage. There's a lot going on. So please, go in here, check it out. Check out the write-up for that. It's a lot of stuff that we put a lot of time into. It is a lot of fun, so check that out. Please, please, please. And we move over to Elimination Chamber. This is coming up next weekend, BeerMe. This is... I want to change the graphic, but I don't have the graphic yet because I didn't put it in there yet. I'll probably do that tonight. It is Elimination Chamber from my hometown in Toronto, March 1st, Saturday, 7 p.m. It was looking like it was 6, but it's 7 p.m. My dog just came over and is all snuggly. Hi, Miley. Hi, sweetie girl. No, you just relax. You got to wait. So, next week, March 1st, 7 o'clock, so a 6 o'clock Eastern show. Presumably, they might do a 2-hour one for Toronto. Who the hell knows? But as of right now, it's 7 o'clock with 6 o'clock meaning a 5 o'clock Eastern deadline. I don't hate it being a little later. 7 o'clock is a sweet spot. That's not bad. I don't mind that. But we do have our Elimination Chamber main event. It is Will Colt defending his FPL American Championship against Kevin Dynamite, Jonathan Monroe, Pushino, Eli, and you, BeerMe Jesus. You might become a 2-time American champion if you win this title back, BeerMe, going into Mania season. And this, I think, is the last defense before Mania. I know the tag titles get a defense and the world title or Evolution. I forget if the American and Canadian do. I don't think so. So, good luck. But I mean, the Chamber has seen American Championship craziness before, so how confident are you going into this one, BeerMe?
Considering I'm on a two-match losing streak, I'm not the most confident in the world. But now that I'm not sick, hopefully that'll go in my favor.
Dude, you're Chicago, right? Michael Jordan flu game. You're good.
Right, yeah.
The BeerMe flu chamber. That's all you gotta do.
Right, there we go.
That could be a fun story to write, actually. That could be good. But if you guys were following us on Twitter, like I said, or on X, you would have seen these posted as they went, the 2 days of postings for them, and the other chamber as well. We'll get to that one in a minute. But yeah, good luck to the guys there. We'll have our full picks next week, because it's the go home next week. It's my birthday next week, actually. So we'll see how that goes. We might need to change recording date, BeerMe. I don't want to record on my birthday, and that's Thursday. So we'll figure that one out. I just literally realized right now, a week away. Oops.
Yeah, that works.
We'll sort it out. But we have the Canadian Championship, Cleveland Championship, and a Watson Rules, Varga Rules match. The GMSG defending against an opponent to be named. I think we may have that opponent here. We have a bunch of matches to announce, so we'll get back to that one, I do believe. The World Championship number one contender match, Camp Applestone versus Daisy Knoll versus James Blake. An I Quit death match, RGX versus Victoria Fiore. And then we have a Continental Tag Team Championship number one contenders Elimination Chamber match. It's so big it takes up 2 pages here. We have Hell's Kitchen, Lucifer and Mac and Cheese. The Reaction, Jonathan C.T. Martin and Luke Gray. Annex Asylum, Captain Coolix Blackwell and Static. The Light of the Cult, Danny the Light Jordison and Kurt Cult. The Kings of the Ring, Bash and the Broken Nerd, and Monster Mash, El Cid and Memories. This is basically all other teams. Quite literally. That is why El Cid and Memories, who are 0-4, are in there, because they're a team. I know it's kind of silly, but the division, like, they could win it and shock the world and go for it. I believe the shot is at Revolution, so there you go. Are you confident for your boys on this one, even though they had a draw on the tag tournament? They could literally go there and get tag titles and trios titles. And
I am.
Oh, I almost said CT. That's been a while. But Jimmy G has the Cleveland title, and you could get the American. That's a lot of gold suddenly happening for you guys.
Yeah. I'm pretty confident in them.
Okay. We'll see how that goes next weekend. JJ Rocky versus Orstella. Red versus Jeffrey Warhol. This is a bit of a WrestleMania revenge kind of thing, because JJ and Red has been declared for WrestleMania. Breaking news was announced. We cribbed it from WWE. But Red and JJ are the only two who have been at all 4 prior WrestleManias and are undefeated, 4-0. They're the only two. I went through all the stats. They're literally the only people who have been at all 4 prior and never lost. And but not only that, won, because we had a couple no contests here and there. They're the only two who are 4-0. So they're going to face each other. So JJ's history is Warhol and Red's history is Orstella, and I might get involved in some of that. We'll see, as Miley is denting on the floor. She seems to do that during these recordings. It's kind of funny. So we'll see what happens there, but I'm interested in seeing that. I like to build for that, to build a match in advance. Jimmy Shea and I did something as well a year prior, so there you go. Question marks, we'll get to that. And then kickoff show matches. Bane the Bissa versus Mark Steele. CM Carlito versus Payne. Jut versus Rufus Bear versus X. Supreme Rock versus Wookie. And Boone Job versus The Gaffer. So, BeerMe, I'll scroll back up here to get our logo. And the song logo, because I don't have it on the main thing. Let's talk about Elimination Chamber itself. I have 2 kickoff matches, a main show match, and GMSG's opponent. What do you have to announce?
I have 2 kickoffs, 3 kickoffs, and 2 main matches.
You've got an extra ones. You do your 3 kickoff matches first.
All right. I got Matt Zion taking on Papa Snooch.
Ooh, I don't bet against Matt. That's a smaller card, though. Papa Snooch. He'll steal it.
I'm going to go with Matt Zion.
See, the one time I don't.
I have... I have a non-title match. I have the Call of the Mountains, Sheriff Dog and Mark Harper, taking on Black Sacrament, Jason Blades and Kyher.
Ooh, I like that. I don't bet against the Call, but I'm going to hear. My picks are weird tonight.
I'm going to go with the Call.
My picks are weird tonight.
And then my other...
Sure, if I was going to message me, be like, "Oh, thanks for picking me." That normally happens. Like, I don't pick him and he wins,
Yeah.
So I'll probably get a message from him after that.
And for my third one, this is a really good one. I have another non-title match. I have Halcyon taking on Eddie Chairshot Wood.
That's the world champ versus someone who is very volatile, and on a main show match going into Mania, forgive me as I rub my eyes, I got something in it. Beating the world champ on a main show this close to Mania, you're not going to get in the Mania show, but stuff could happen after.
I'm gonna
Backlash
pick
could
Eddie
be
Chairshot
wild. You never know, right? Exactly.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Wood.
Okay.
I'm gonna pick Eddie.
Well, here's my kickoff show matches to announce. I have Billy Grayson 1-on-1 with Junction. I'm picking Billy.
Billy.
How about this? Hiroshi Moses versus Hunter Williams. Picking Hunter.
Yeah, I am too.
And that's my kickoff show matches, so I'll circle around to a main show match. I have the Arbiter 1-on-1 with Jackson Myrtle.
Jackson.
I think so too. Now, what's your other match to announce? Because I'll talk about our Canadian Championship last.
All right, I got 2. So, James Costner's having an open challenge.
Okay.
And
He'll probably win that. I don't bet against him often, but I pick Mystery sometimes, but no, I'll pick Costner on that.
And I'm gonna go with Mystery actually.
Yeah, you know what.
And Go Right will be taking on Mr. Glee.
Glee.
Go.
Glee go? Go Glee?
Mm-hmm.
So, The GMSG is defending the Canadian Championship, Cleveland, in a Watson-Varga rules match. He is defending against Aiden Mack.
Oh,
Bigger and better things. Here they are. This was in line before he even lost. That he could have been 2-belt if he won and retained and came here. But now he's hungrier because he just lost his European and he has to prove that, yes, this is where he belongs. That's a tough match for GMSG. I'm not betting against them. I'm still picking him. But the heart wants Aiden Mack just because of that. I want that elevation. I want that ascension. I don't know if it's going to happen, but
I'm going to pick GMSG, but...
Like, you like the story of it. I know.
It is a good story.
Friend be damned. That'd be cool if he won that. It's like, oh, man, he lost it. But he got it. Like Stone Cold. Oh, he lost the Intercontinental title.
Right.
Wins at Mania. Like, it feels like that a little bit, but yeah.
Scott, I do have one Revolution match.
So do I.
Oh.
Let's go to Revolution. Scroll. Revolution. So John Moxley is facing Cope. And Adam Copeland loved the idea. He changed his name for that. He wanted the name Cope because he wanted to see Cope versus Mox on the marquee. And I'm like, okay. That's kind of But he's not just Mox. He's John Moxley, and people call him Mox. So the marquee is right there, and it's Cope versus John Moxley. It's not Cope versus Mox like he wanted, which was the whole point. Anyway, I love the fact that we've got the Dakota Kai Halcyon graphic there with Revolution with the color scheme. I just realized that. That's awesome by CT. The world title's being defended there. We're not going to go through this in detail, but we got the world title, the tag titles. We know the Chamber winner will get that shot. The Triple Threat will get that shot. 3 stages of hell, and then a few more matches with the Grand Prix Championship. Atlas versus Payne is the main one there. Aiden versus Luke. But what match do you have to announce for this, BeerMe? Because I have one as well.
Scott, it will be you versus JJ Rocky.
Oh God, there's your Mania follow-up. I gotta face him. I think I faced JJ once before. We were supposed to face a long time ago, and then we didn't, and then we finally did. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, I like that.
He's kind of making a comeback. He still might beat my ass, but I'm feeling confident. I'm good at AEW this time of year, so I'm gonna stay confident on that, which might be my downfall. But
yeah, you never know. I don't know who I'm gonna pick yet in that. That's a really good match.
We could have Eddie Chairshot Wood coming off a massive win over the world champion, and he goes 1-on-1 with Jackson Myrtle. I like the idea of Eddie on that. Even though I normally pick Jackson, I like the Eddie run potential here of just defying the odds. So yeah.
Yeah, I usually pick Jackson too, but I kind of want to pick Eddie.
Do you have anything else to announce? Because I have one more thing.
Nope. I'm all out.
I got one more thing for Chamber. So next week, like I said, it is our go home for the Chamber. It'll be a different night probably, or even during the day because I've booked the week off. We will be announcing the order of the Chamber. So we'll figure out who is in the pod, who's in the pods, and who starts. Because the way it works with our stuff down below, there's match and stipulation and stuff. Whoever the 6th person is last of the pod. So the first 2 names will start the match. Then the next name is the first one out of a pod, etc. So that will be revealed more likely. But we're going to spin the wheel next week. We're not going to get the bingo thing out for 6 numbers. We're just going to spin the wheel for that. And that'll be revealed next week on Trenches for the order of entry. So we'll find out if Will Colt starts the match or if he's last out of a pod or in the middle somewhere. So that'll be next week when we do that one. And for the Tag Chamber as well. So yeah. So I'm excited for that. BeerMe, how about you? You hyped for our Chamber?
I am. I'm really hyped.
Cool. Well, let's leave it at that, guys. We can wrap it up here and go geek out over Obafemi and the Hardys in TNA. That sounds awesome as hell. I want to see these clips. So this, again, is Frontline League on X, Frontline Prediction League, right here on YouTube. Like, favorite, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Also, Top of the Card Pod on X and wherever you podcast. It's Top of the Card Podcast. It's under my name, Scott Summerton, I do believe. It might be Top of the Card, but check that stuff out. You can go on there and see all that stuff and watch, follow, like, subscribe, to all of the things. Please do. Go into our Discord chat. Look at the live event chat with stuff going on right now. Check out the booking page. You get your pages from there for putting in your picks. I have Miley here really wanting to go outside, so I'm going to wrap it up there, guys. Thanks again, everybody. We appreciate you watching. Have a good night.